Hey there everybody, it's Bears from the Theme Park family, and today I wanted to give something back to our viewers and subscribers of the channel because as a family of five, we're all theme park enthusiasts and we go to theme parks all the time, and people often say, how on earth can you afford it? Well, today I'm going to give you our hints, tips and tricks as to how we can get cheaper theme park tickets. We never pay full price for any of them, and I'm going to show you how we get around that in this video. A bit like the Martin Lewis of theme park tickets, if you like, that's what we're going for. So I'm going to focus on the main UK parks in this video. If you go along the bottom, you can click onto the theme park that you want to go to, and we're going to focus on the cheapest ways that we know how. So there might be a cheaper way that you know. If there is, please put it in the comments below because I'd love to share that with everybody. But like I said, we're going to share what we do. So I know sometimes you can stay at accommodation and get a second day free at a park and things like that, but what we're going to focus on in this video is just the day tickets, so how you can get the cheapest day tickets possible. And I'm filming this the end of July 2025, so all the prices and information that I give away will be accurate as of now. Also, I'm not getting any commission or anything like this, or I haven't any deals with anybody. I'm literally just going to tell you the websites we use and the methods we use to get the cheapest theme park tickets possible. So let's go. So let's start with the place you can see behind me, Alton Towers. Now, Alton Towers currently has a gate price of £68, which is just absurd. I mean, a family of five paying that each is just ridiculous. So what do? Well, if you go online, you can get online tickets that you pre-book in advance. You can get them from £29 each. Now, in the summer holidays, the cheapest ones we found were going for £37. There were some days in the summer holidays where the tickets were £34 each. So if you have a look on the Alton Towers website, click on the dates you're thinking of, you can find cheaper dates scattered around the summer holidays depending on when they think it's going to be busy. Anybody above 90 centimetres at Alton Towers has to pay a full price ticket. So if they're less than 90 centimetres, they're getting for free. Now, here's something we're going to talk a lot about in this video: Tesco Club Card points. If you're a theme park enthusiast, then Tesco is your friend. And if you go onto Tesco Club Card points website, you'll be able to use Tesco Club Card points for the online price. So if you're like us and you know about your Tesco Club Card points, that means you'll only need £29, £34, £37 of your Tesco vouchers to get into Alton Towers, not the full gate, the £68 price. Also with Alton Towers, there's always vouchers for it everywhere. Cereal boxes, Cadbury things. I saw it on some hand soap this morning. So have a look at those. They're all different, those type of offers. Some of them are 2-for-1s. Some of them are half price. Saw one today which was 15% off the online price, because usually when it says half price, that's off the full gate £68. Which will take you to £34, which is just the same as booking it online. So if you have a look at a different offer, on the hand soap I saw today, 15% off the online price. Now, that's not bad. That would have been worth doing. So that's the Alton Towers advice that we've got. Now for Blackpool Pleasure Beach. I love Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's awesome. So to buy a wristband on the day at the park, £50 each. Do we pay that? Of course we don't. So if you go online for the Blackpool Pleasure Beach website, you can pre-book tickets for £35 for people 11 and over and £30 for children who just want a Nickelodeon Land wristband. You have to do that in 2 weeks in advance or before, so it's worth making sure you plan ahead to get the cheapest tickets possible. What we personally do more often than not is use our club card vouchers for Blackpool Pleasure Beach, because we have Merlin passes, so the Merlin parks are kind of catered for. Blackpool's great to use your club card points for because, again, it comes off the online price. So you don't need £50 worth of club card points for each visit. You just need 35 or 30 for children. Also, what's worth bearing in mind for Blackpool Pleasure Beach is you can Klarna your tickets as well. So if you go online, get the online price, and you can break those payments up through Klarna like you can do with everything else. Chessington World of Adventures, another Merlin park. So the online price £66. which is so much. But if you go online, you can book from £32. We had a look at the summer holidays. There was most of the days were £34 each, but there were some days that were £32 each. So if you can be flexible with your visit, then try and find those slightly cheaper days. Again, like other Merlin parks, over 90 centimetres, you are paying that full price, but less than 90 centimetres, they're going in for free. And again, you can use your Tesco Club Card points for the Chessington World of Adventures, and that will come off the online price. So you'll only need £32 worth of vouchers, or 34 depending on what days you go into. Also, what's worth mentioning, because it's a Merlin park, you can get those vouchers on cereal boxes, on soap, on Cadbury leaflets, whatever it is. You often see them popping about, but just look carefully, because like I said, a half price voucher off a gate price, you're still coming to £33. Well, you might be able to get it for 32 online. Whereas if you can find vouchers which come off the online price, like on hand soap at the moment, that's a really good deal. So look carefully before you go out and buy loads of cereal. It depends if it's coming off the full gate price or the online price. Now for Drayton Manor. I love Drayton Manor. It's gone up in our book so much in recent years. As a family, there's so much we can do there. It's great. Online, you can get it much cheaper than the gate price. The gate price is £45 each for anybody 4 and over. But online, you can get it for £27.50 each for people 4 and over, as long as you book it a week in advance. So again, go online, plan ahead, you'll get it for the cheaper price. Children 2 and 3, it's £15 each booking online as well, which is also cheaper than if you go in onto the gate to get it that way. Now, Tesco Club Card points, this is a weird one for Drayton Manor. We never use them for Drayton Manor. Let me tell you why. Because if you use your Club Card points for Drayton Manor, it does not come off the online price, it comes off the gate price. So you will need £45 worth of Tesco Club Card points for every ticket that you use. Whereas for Alton Towers or Blackpool, for example, it comes off the online price. So you'll only need 30, 25, whatever the online price is worth of club card vouchers. Also, what's strange about using club card points for Drayton Manor is because you have to use them at the gates, you can't pre-book them. If you go in the summer holidays to Drayton Manor and it's already fully booked, you're not going in, because you haven't pre-booked your ticket. You've just turned up with your Tesco Club Card points and they will say, pre-booked tickets only today, we're full. And I've read many stories online where people have used their club card points, gone to Drayton Manor for the day out, but because it's full, they've just gone home and had to come back a different day. So my advice would really be avoid using club card points for Drayton Manor. You're much better off using them for Blackpool or some of the Merlin parks. So what do we do for Drayton Manor? Well, actually, we subscribe to their newsletter. They will often send you great deals every now and again. I think we got a family of 4 in for £99 the other week, and then you just had to pay extra for the 5th person online. So subscribe to the newsletters. I say that to all these parks, really, and make sure that you're checking them, because you do get real good deals coming through on the emails sometimes. Here's another classic, Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach. Now, Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach, if you're rocking up on the gate, you get a wristband for £28 for an adult or £21 for children 7 and under, which sounds all right, you know, compared to your £66 for Merlin parks and things. But actually, booking it online, you're only going to save a couple of pounds. So it's £26 all day for people 7 and over, £19 for children aged 3 to 6. What we often do is we will just go in the evening. You can get a special evening wristband, which is £15, £13 for children under 7. That allows you to go on absolutely everything, and then you can just spend the whole evening at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach, and you're going on the rides as the sun's coming down. It looks brilliant. So that would be my advice. You could definitely do the Pleasure Beach in an evening. Go and check on the website, because sometimes it's open until later. I mean, it's open quite late in the summer anyway, but the evening wristband is eligible from different points. So check, see if it's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, go to the Pleasure Beach, get your evening wristband and have a great time. I'd also recommend signing up to their newsletters as well. We often see good deals coming through from Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach with offers and deals going on. So subscribe to that and check to see if any other offers come through. Now for the Gulliver's parks. Now there's so many of them now, isn't there? There's 4. You've got one in Warrington, one in Rotherham, one in Milton Keynes, and one in Matlock Bath. Their prices do fluctuate slightly, but generally you're looking around £29 each for people going to Gulliver's parks. If you're over 90 centimetres, there's plenty to do if you're over 90 centimetres there. Now, actually, if you go online, instead of turning up at the gate, you can get it much cheaper. But if you're quite flexible, go onto the Gulliver's website now and have a look at the different days you can book for, because there are some days where you can buy tickets for £17.50 each, just on random days scattered throughout August. So have a look at those, because that's really going to save you a lot of money. Also, subscribe to their newsletter. Gulliver's are often sending through deals saying come this weekend and one person comes free, or come this weekend and get it at this discounted price. So keep checking your inbox for those emails coming through. We often use websites like Voucher as well. You can often see good deals popping up saying Gulliver's tickets £12 each, I think we got earlier in the year, just by checking those websites like Voucher. So Gulliver's is one where if you're looking carefully, you can go in for quite cheap if you can be flexible with your dates. Now for Fantasy Island. We love Fantasy Island. If you haven't seen our vlog from there from the other week saying how underrated that park is, then check it out, because it is an awesome place. Now, how do we go to Fantasy Island cheaper? Well, if you rock up on the gate, you're looking at £32 for an unlimited ride wristband, or £24 if your child is under 1.1 metres and just wants to go on those smaller rides. Now, with booking in advance, you can save 10% on that. So we got our wristbands for about £28 each, because even though my children are young, they were over that height limit, so they still needed to get a full wristband. Ways you can get it even cheaper though. Now, I know we said we're focused on daily wristbands, but at Fantasy Island, they do 2-day wristbands, and the second day becomes significantly cheaper. So if you are staying in a caravan or camping at Ingermell Skegness and you want to go there for a couple of days, I'd really recommend looking at that. What do? Well, we use websites like Planet Offers. It's quite inconsistent. You don't know when they're going to come on, but when they come on, you can get a wristband for Fantasy Island for quite cheap. So if you can be flexible with your visit, make sure that you're checking out those websites regularly for when those deals are popping up. Right, this one's going to be tough. Flamingo Land, so overpriced in my opinion. The gate price at the moment is £58, and I know you're probably thinking, well, the gate price for Alton Towers was £68. The gate price for Chessington was £66. But you can get it so much cheaper online, probably half the price. Flamingo Land, the online price is still £46 for anybody 4 and over. So as a family of 5, that's extortionate, and that's if you're booking 1 week in advance as well. So what we do for Flamingo Land, because you can't use club car points for them either from Tesco, so we often regularly look at websites like Planet Offers, for example. We recently managed to get 4 full adult tickets, or children tickets, 4 and over, for half price. So we got 4 tickets for £99, and then we just had to buy the 5th one in addition to that. That's the best way to do Flamingo Land. Be patient, keep checking those websites like Planet Offers, and then when something comes up, snap it up. What was great with the tickets that we got from that website is you buy the offer, and then you can go any day in the summer holidays. So when we decide we can go, we're going to pre-book our tickets on it, and then off we trot. It doesn't only go in term time and things like that. So it is a tricky one, Flamingo Land. It's so expensive and offers are hard to find, but if you look in the right places, you can find them. Right, now for Legoland. Legoland's awesome. So Legoland, the gate price is £68, which sounds ridiculous, but don't worry, you can get it so much cheaper than that. So going online, anyone 90 centimetres and over, you can get it for £34. In the summer holidays, we had a look throughout August. Some days were £39, some days were £41. So if you can be flexible with the day that you're going on, look on the website, you can click on the different dates and you can see which date is the cheapest. What I would recommend, if you shop at Tesco and get club car points, use those for Legoland. That's a great way to do it. Again, you need the online price. That's how much club car points you need. So you don't need £68 worth of club car points. You only need the £39, the £41, whatever price you're paying for the pre-book ticket online. Also, with it being a Merlin park, keep an eye out for those soap offers, chocolate offers, cereal box offers that you often see in the shops. But again, be careful. I know I've mentioned this about other parks, but if it says half price, but that half price comes off the gate price, you're still looking at £34 each, which is just the same as booking it online. You can find offers now that say things like 15% off the online price, which we saw on some soap earlier today. So look carefully at those product offers, because that's much better than half price of the gate price. Paulton's Park, I'd love to get to Paulton's Park again. We hardly ever go there, but £60 on the gate, but you get it online even up to the day before. It's £45 each for those children a metre and up, and for the adults as well. So I know we're focusing on day tickets today. You can do deals where you're staying over and you can get cheaper tickets that way. So if you are staying over for a couple of days, maybe look at those options. But also what's worth bearing in mind for Paulton's is you can Klarna your tickets as well. So go online, get it at the discounted price, and if you want, you can Klarna it to break it up into monthly installments. Pleasurewood Hills, this one's great if you're working with a budget. So on the gate, you're paying £29, but if you book it a week in advance or before that, you're looking at £19.50 each, depending on the dates, which is one of the cheapest parks we're going to talk about today. That's for anyone over 90 centimetres. And also, this is what we did at Pleasurewood Hills. You can use your club car points. Now, the club car points do come off the full gate price. So we needed £29 worth of club car points for each person. But that was all right. You're not looking at 45 for Drayton Manor, for example. It was still quite manageable. And that was a great way to do it. Sundown Adventureland, what a great park. So if you go and pay on the gate, you're looking at £24 each, but if you book it online in advance, that's going to come down to £20 for anybody that's 90 centimetres and over. You can do that up until the day before you go in, I believe. So if you want to be flexible with your day that you're going on, just wait till you can go and then book it before. And finally, let's talk about Thorpe Park. So Thorpe Park, for a full gate price, you're looking at £66. But again, you can get that so much cheaper by booking in advance online. So we had a look in August and clicked around some different dates. Some of them were £33, some of them were £37. But there's one date, which is the 28th of August, where you can buy tickets online for £29 each. So if you can be flexible, click around the different dates and see which ones are the cheapest, because there's some cheap deals out there. Also, what's worth bearing in mind for Thorpe Park is if you're under 1.2 metres tall, you get in for completely free. So before you buy tickets for the whole family, make sure you measure those kids, because you don't want to buy a ticket if you don't need it. And again, with Thorpe Park being a Merlin park, you can use your club card points, which do come off the online price. So you don't need £66 worth of club card points. You can only need the £29.33, however much you're spending online. And again, the same thing with the vouchers. You know, you can find them on Cadbury's chocolate vouchers, on hand soap, on cereal boxes, but just be careful, because it says half price. It might not be a good deal, because if that's half price from the gate price, that's going to be £33, but we found tickets online today for £29. So it might be cheaper to just buy it on the Thorpe Park website. So always look carefully. And there we have it. So before we go, I just want to kind of give my 5 top tips, you know, for all of the parks in general. So my first top tip really is book in advance. There's lots of parks we talked about today where you can get cheaper tickets by booking 1 or 2 weeks in advance. So always plan ahead to get those cheapest prices. Another good top tip number 2, is be flexible if you can. You know, I know a lot of people who go, right, I've booked this day off work, let's go somewhere on that day. Well, try and do it the other way around. Look for cheap tickets first, get your cheap tickets for that day, and then book your day off work. Because as you've seen today, some random days can just be cheaper than other days. Top tip number 3, check the opening times, especially in the summer holidays throughout August. You get some parks like Drayton Manor, Fantasy Island, Blackpool Pleasure Beach, where on a Saturday they might stay open till 9 or 10 at night, and the entrance price will be the same. So it's worth checking it out to see if you can get some more hours in for your money. Now, some people think, oh, we'll avoid the Saturday because it's got fireworks, it'll be busy. You know, and sometimes it is, but don't let it put you off, would be my advice. We went to Drayton Manor for their firework event the other weekend. On the Saturday, it was brilliant. It was open till 9. It was not busy at all. The Sunday we went again, it closed at 5 and it was heaving. So it was actually loads quieter on the day it stayed open till later. I think sometimes people think it's going to be busy, so they put it off, and it's actually all right. So my advice would be, don't let it put you off. Top tip number 4, Make sure you subscribe to all the newsletters via email of any theme park you're interested in visiting. We're always getting deals through with emails saying, come this weekend and get this person free, or come this weekend and have this discounted price. So keep checking your inbox for those latest offers. And my final top tip number 5, if you are a theme park enthusiast and you don't shop at Tesco, maybe really consider it, because we get so much of our theme park tickets via club card points. If you can't shop at Tesco, there's other ways you can do it. You know, you can get like a Tesco credit card or Tesco mobile, even just getting your petrol at a Tesco petrol station. If you can get some club card points, you can get some money off your tickets, even if you haven't got enough for a full one. So it's really worth looking into. And also, as a side to that, if you're planning on visiting multiple Merlin parks this holiday, then they've introduced a new 3-month Merlin pass, which you can get with Tesco Club Card points, which is effectively a Merlin annual pass, but just for 3 months, which is ideal if you're planning on going around quite a few parks in this summer. So, thank you so much for joining us for this video. I just really wanted to give something back to our subscribers and our viewers and share all our secrets, really. That's how we do it. That's how we get to so many parks. Like I said, this is the best that we know. There might be other cheaper ways out there. So if there is, please put it in the comments below, because I'd love to hear what you do to get to theme parks in the summer holidays. And if you want any more top tips from the channel, I'd recommend checking out our Alton Towers vlog that we just did. We went in July and we queued no more than half an hour all day, and there's so many vlogs at the moment saying how busy July is because of school trips and things. Check out this vlog, see if you can beat the crowds too. Thanks very much for joining us. If you've enjoyed it, please like and subscribe for some more exciting videos coming up in the future, and we'll see you soon here on the Theme Park Family. Thanks everybody.